Hi, beloveds. How's everyone doing today? You know what I did? I set this thing so that I have to sit up straight in order to... I'm going to just adjust it a little here. Hang on, bear with me. Because it occurred to me I can use it to help with my posture. Oops, not that way. Bear with me while I'm thinking through it. There. Well, I'll go up a little more. And then I have to stay seated upright so that... I haven't made an update for a couple of days. And that's because I kind of hit a wall. You know how the situation is. And one thing I found out is that you talk a lot more, you walk a lot more, and you do a lot more when there's company in the house. And I am not by any means saying that I don't like company in the house. I've been having a blast when I could stay awake. We went from just me and Circuit to me, Circuit, his friend Steve, and my other two primary caregivers, or two of my other primary caregivers, Russ and Cheryl Desmond from Sacramento. They're here now because Circuit Rider has headed back to do some things at his home church in Michigan. So, yeah, I've been pooped. You know, it's just think about how much more energy a person would burn being on their own versus having 5 people in the house. And I loved every minute of it. And Steve, if you watch this, I was really, really sorry not to be able to say goodbye to you. I got a little tired, and you know the scoop with that, and I cannot wait until I see you again. It's gonna be just a blessed time of fellowship like it was this time. But longer, and with me not falling asleep all the time. Okay, so this morning CT scan, this afternoon COVID test because I have surgery on Thursday. It's a bronchoscopy. They do a lung biopsy and a lavage and a few different things. And they say that it makes you, it's like having a surgery. 2-3 days you feel, a little crappy. The last one I had was in the OR when they washed out my lung again after I bled into it. And I was asleep for that one. I'll be asleep for this one too. But I was also feeling so crappy and on so many pain meds that 4 days after the surgery that there wasn't any residual pain. Now it's going to be as an outpatient, and they say that I could be fairly uncomfortable for 2 or 3 days. But I hopefully will also be tired enough to sleep through the next 2 or 3. Well, anyway, I'm rambling. I do that all the time. I think off the top of my head, stream of consciousness, and sometimes it's really annoying. Okay, so I'm in my room now, and Russ and Cheryl are here, and I am now free to nap or make my list of things that always need to be done or anything like that. And to tell you the truth, napping comes first. And then I go have my little COVID test after I nap. And, milestone this morning. You want to hear a milestone? I used to never even, if I went below sitting in a chair position, I could not get myself up. And if I tried to go way low, I would have to be on the floor, and then I couldn't get up from the floor. No strength, no breath, no anything. So last night when I was listening to something before I went to sleep, it fell behind the middle of the headboard, like, right in the center where it would be hardest to reach. And this morning I wanted to fetch it. So I got down on the floor, flat on the floor, and my arm wasn't long enough. So I used this tripod to get down a second time and actually was able to retrieve the phone. So I know that seems like a ridiculous thing to be excited about, but I was so proud of myself. Even through the tiredness and the shakiness from the tacrolimus and the crabbiness from 20 mgs of prednisone and all the different things that are going on, I'm still getting better, and I'm still pretty much in a chipper mood. Because of the prednisone, I've gotten very sarcastic, and I'm trying my best not to snap at anybody, but sometimes it just comes out. And yesterday, I'm far too serious some of the time. And yesterday, Circuit Rider was teasing me because I thought they'd thrown a bunch of stuff out of the freezer. He told me that they ditched a bunch of meals that we had in the freezer because the bag of blueberries that they bought at the store was too big. And I was he knows what will trigger me, and he's brutal about it. And we had this long conversation about it, and I was mad, and then I was okay. Because he would say something to make it better than he first made it sound, that the stuff had been tossed. And finally, we got all the way up to nothing's been tossed. We rearranged it all, and we just have some lasagna we have to eat in the next 3 days. And I was like, you sucker. And he said something teasing about, it was fun to watch me get wound up. And I said, okay, buddy, you bring the claws out on, you bring the prednisone-induced tiger out. You better be ready for the claws. It turned out so funny. And I just really have to keep a better eye on him and realize that half the stuff he says now is to wind me up so he can watch me back off of it as I find out that it's better. I don't know. Maybe he thinks it's some kind of good exercise. I don't know. But he's hilarious. And he left this morning for 10 days in Michigan. And I have never been like, well, maybe because I always was needy girl. I am not needy girl now. And it slammed me last night. Slammed me when I figured out that he was leaving before I woke up the next morning. I had a real little bit of a breakdown last night here in my room in private because, I'm not that clingy girl. And we're just best friends. And it's not even like we're married or anything. And I'm like, but, the intensity of the last 3 months and how much he has helped. It all of a sudden slammed my subconsciousness that he was going away. And because of the tiredness, my reaction was just right out of high school. He can't go anywhere. What's he doing? But anyway, that's how it was. But I'm all better. I'm back on an even keel today. And I love that he's going to get to reconnect with his home church. So that's that. And if I keep on talking, I won't get to nap as much. So sorry, I love you guys so much. But I'm going to nap instead of keep talking. Love you. We'll touch base with you later. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch much. Once I get rested up, I'll be doing more. Alrighty. Love you. Have a great day.